According to local weather, it's another beautiful day in the metropolitan Chicago area, and we seem to be in for a few more days of this perfect weather.
Hello.
I can't believe this thing really works.
Hi, darling. Where are you?
Well, I'm not in San Francisco anymore. I'm en route. I'm coming home early.
How'd you manage that?
I'll tell you later. The firm let me use their new toy. I feel like what's-her-name who owns all those hotels. What do you feel like?
I'll have to save that for later.
Oh, we have children in the room. We'll give them my love. Will you buy us all Chinese food tonight?
I will, and I will. This is one of your better phone calls. I love you. Over and out, or whatever they say up there.
I love you too. Bye.
Your mother sends her love.
That was Mom?
Uh-huh. She's on her way home. She was calling from the plane. She'll be here soon. She wants Chinese food for dinner. Would you please get your feet off the couch? Hey, Eric, you're looking good out there.
This isn't just that positive reinforcement garbage, is it?
No, you're really looking good.
Can't even take a compliment.
If Tracy calls, tell her I'm in the shower.
I'll tell her you're taking a bubble bath. Like I'm an answering service.
Hi, it's me.
What a coincidence. I was just thinking about you.
I can't make it tonight.
What?
Something's come up. I can't make it.
What's come up? Laura cut her trip short?
Look, we'll talk
When?
as soon as I get a chance. I'll call.
Dad, could you remind Mom she was going to...
I'm right in the middle of something here. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.
Ta-da!
Alan!
That's me, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Gorgeous.
Pretty orange birds, huh? I didn't know they'd match your coat. I did some snooping around for some guy down in the flower mart. Half an hour in the Hall of Records, now I get all the flowers I want. Look, let me brief you so I can write this limo off to the firm.
Go.
The Kruger thing's a mistrial. I got what's-his-name on tape admitting he perjured himself. Did you know that some of these new answering machines can be turned into a listening device? It's right in the instructions.
You and your toys.
You and your Fourth Amendment. If it was your case, you'd use it and you know it.
You're a great investigator, Alan, but your politics are somewhere right of Attila the Hun. Next.
The indictment came down on the Morales thing.
Well, he may have to enjoy a little supervised ping pong, but he's not going to do any hard time.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
You'll see.
You kill me.
Next.
This must be her.
Hi.
homeless, right?
Right.
Hey, darling. Hey, Alan, how's it going?
Good.
You want to come in?
I'd love to. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hello? I expected to be out. Well, my plans changed. No. Maybe lunch. Okay. Bye.
I should go away more often.
Hey, you know something, girl? If you were stupid and ugly, I think you'd be out of a job.
I know. I'm late.
Late? No. Late was 10 minutes ago. I think you're working on AWOL. Listen, did you get that package?
Yes, I got your package.
And?
You confirmed what I already knew about you. You're a very sick person.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Give me a break, Frankie. I've had a very rough weekend.
Anybody I know?
Demonstrates our share of the athletic shoe market in the Mid-Atlantic states has increased to 38%. However, during the same period, our sportswear sales in the retail level has...
Sorry.
During the same period, our sportswear apparel sales at the retail level has increased a total 104%. Our total exposure in this market is now 18% of the entire market.
Morning, Your Honor. Apologize, I'm sorry I'm late. Morning. Your Honor, the people have elected to enter into a plea bargain in the matter pending.
Have they now?
Yes, sir. We will accept a reduction from first degree to manslaughter.
Grounds?
Can we go off the record? The State Department has made certain representations to our department.
Let the record reflect that the defendant in the within complaint entered a plea to manslaughter on the above date. Gabriel Morales, to the charge of manslaughter, do you plead guilty?
Not guilty.
Very well. We'll set a tentative trial date.
Your Honor, I would like to now respectfully move to dismiss all charges against my client.
What?
Due to the district attorney's blatant disregard of fair disclosure of evidence that is due any defendant and his counsel.
Come off it. What evidence?
Revelations made only to you by the U.S. State Department.
Your Honor, you're not going to buy this. Off the record. She's the one who sicked the State Department on us.
Mr. Papineau, if you can't take your lumps like a man, I'll have you escorted out of here. Counselor, I'm all ears.
Amortize this over the next 5 years and add to it the average bump of 7.5% a year the promoters tack on, and we're looking in the neighborhood of a $16 million savings for this company, give or take a few thousand. That is my idea.
You have researched this?
Yes, sir. I've confirmed it with 5 venues we've used in the past year. It'll work.
So instead of our sponsoring an athletic event, we lease the stadium and then turn around and rent it to that same event.
Of course, we would lose corporate identity, and that is something to think about. But we don't lose exposure. We can have our name all over the place, and at a fraction of the cost. Not to mention, we would participate in concessions. We'd make money.
I like it.
Evidently, Morales has some kind of castle right on the water in Puerto Vallarta. He says we can come down there anytime we want.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I could do with a little romping on the beach and the all together. Just a sec. Looks great, Frank. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. It's gonna be cocktails, 8 o'clock. That's right. No, I'll be home early. Eric and I have practice. Okay, good. And congratulations.
Thanks. I love you.
Me too.
Goodbye.
So, loved it, hated it, none of the above.
I like it.
But?
I have a few reservations. I don't want to take us into the promotion business, for one, and I don't want to burn any contractual bridges.
You know what day this is?
Yes. Happy birthday. Now, I think Colin was impressed.
Have I done something wrong? Why are you being so polite? It's horrible. You said we'd talk.
Not here.
Where then? Just don't say you'll get back to me.
Hold it. Now, I said Colin was impressed. You go storming out of here with that look in your face, you could ruin the impression.
Thanks for the advice.
Oh! You gave me the lane!
It's basketball, Pop. Basketball.
Okay. Let me see it.
Works the ball up the court, weaving, bobbing between his legs. Incredible, develop head.
Yeah!
Oh, this dude is prime.
Rob, we have 45 minutes.
Oh, Mom.
Sorry, honey.
We'll be right there. The way I see it, we're right on the edge of greatness. A couple more practices ought to do it.
You think so?
Absolutely, dude.
Wait, hold on. Let me take your picture.
Well, all right. Where would you like us?
Okay, now, if you just trip and fall, Dad, and take Mom with you, we'll win like $100,000.
Maybe the camera was a big mistake, huh?
I think it was. Maybe we can get our money back. Bye-bye, Annie.
Whoa, Mom, you're not going out like that, are you?
I am. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, she's going out just like that. Eric, don't forget to take the game, okay?
Yeah, right.
Thanks. Love you guys. Good night.
Ta-da! Okay, you hate all this. Humor me.
You're wrong. I love it. Thanks, Mom. What do you think?
Are you kidding?
Look at the prices.
I know. I don't get it. The art department loves the guy. We just renewed his contract. But this stuff here is... What is your boss doing here?
All right, you look
ravishing.
Charles, thank you.
Oh, Robert, you look pretty ravishing yourselves.
Thank you, Charles. I feel ravished.
Look, I've got to make a phone call. I'll be right back. Oh, I made reservations at Verity's.
I invited him.
Why?
I want to soften him up. I'm going to tell him I've traveled enough this year. That I want to stay put for a while. We made a deal, right? This is my way of showing you I was listening.
Swear, kids could sleep through an earthquake.
Hello.
I love you, Robert. I want you to know that. And I believe you love me too.
Who is it?
Wrong number. All right, I got it. This is the version the art department likes the best. What's wrong with the phone? No one's answering in Claudia's office.
Oh, she's out. She called in sick.
So no one picks up? They just let it ring?
Hey, look, Henry wants an opinion on this right away. Do you want me to see if I can get her at home?
No, no. What's the point of hiding? What is the point of any of it?
It got you here.
You want me here like this?
You never stay like this very long.
Well, maybe that was true, but not anymore. What is this?
I broke a glass. So what? I may break another one.
Look, I am not trying to say we've had nothing.
No, that's what you want me to say.
I just want you to face a few facts. This has not been the best thing for you, and you know it.
What are you doing?
I am just trying to give you a head start cleaning up. Why don't you make a life of your own? Why don't you stop being shortchanged?
Don't tell me what to do. Don't patronize me. I'm not one of your clients. Oh, I bought that bill of goods a long time ago.
Hey, I was very clear with you. The one thing we agreed on was never to bring my family into this.
You agreed for the both of us. And I went along with that until I realized something. That you feel exactly the same way as I do. Yes, you're a married man. You've got some stupid thing about your comfort level.
Claudia, it's over. It stops here.
That's right. One way or another. You want me to face the facts? Fine, everybody has to face the facts. I am not going to be the whipping boy for all 5 of us. Now, she's got to know, Robert. If you won't tell her, then I will.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I feel cooler. Thought Eric and I might practice a little. Hey, Eric!
I don't think he's home.
Hi.
Hey, kiddo.
Hi.
Want to shoot a few baskets?
Honey?
Eric!
The door was open. Didn't look right, so I checked it out.
Sir, just stay here. Call dispatch. Get homicide.
No weapon.
I found these in her bedroom upstairs. What do you make of this?
I haven't the foggiest idea. Find out where she works.
It's to your left, gentlemen. Give me the phone. May I have your attention? Will everyone please assemble in the conference room area right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to have to tell you this, but one of your colleagues was killed last night. Claudia Lloyd's body was found in her home last evening. Detective Holloway and I are investigating the case. Now, we're going to have to ask some of you a few questions. We would appreciate your cooperation, any cooperation you can give us. Thank you.
What happened?
So she confided in you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Personal stuff, things of that nature?
Every once in a while, I guess, yeah.
What, like problems? Boyfriends?
Boyfriends?
Was she upset about anything?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Disliked by anyone?
Not that I know of.
Was she seeing anybody romantically, do you know?
I don't know.
You wouldn't know?
Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's a big help. Can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
Yeah, there was a guy, married man. They had a hassle or something like a couple of days ago. I think she seemed pretty messed up about it because she didn't come to work yesterday, so... I mean,
back up. She had an argument with a married man 2 days ago.
I don't know if it was an argument. I mean, I think the guy was just getting ready to dump her, you know, which I could have told her. I mean, I think she would have been better off with somebody else anyway, so...
You mean somebody like you?
Well, she could have done worse, yeah.
You know this married man?
Yeah, I do.
Name?
Was she married? Have a boyfriend? It's the first place they look.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Did you know her very well?
Well enough. She'd worked there for about a year.
Hope it's not a burglar. If they don't grab one of those in 72 hours, it gets to be a very cold trail.
Yeah.
Kinda like to get out of tonight, huh?
Me? No. No, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I haven't run my engines in a month. No, it's Eric I'm worried about. He's missed our last 2 practices. What do you think's bothering him?
I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm not an expert in the male psyche. Except for criminals, that is.
Where is she?
She's in with Mr. Everett.
Laura Simmons.
Which one of you is responsible for the writ of certiorari?
Laura, line 3 is for you.
Thank you, Charles.
Hello.
Listen, make some excuse. I need to talk to you.
I can't. I'm busy. What is it?
A friend of mine in the DA's office just called.
And if you decide to waive these rights, anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand these rights I've explained them to you? Do you understand these rights that I've told them to you, sir?
Yes,
Stand up. All right? Put your hands out.
I don't know, Colin.
That's Simmons. I never put it together.
That's Simmons. Hey, Smitty, how you doing?
Hello, Castle. Meet your party downstairs.
What do you mean, that little box that's next to the drunk tank? Come on, Smitty, put us in the AC room up here. He's not going anywhere.
Don't I know it? AC.
I'd like to be a fly on that ball.
Nice, huh? Took my belt.
Are you all right?
Look at this. What do they think? I'm gonna hang myself with my own shoelaces?
Come on, sit down. This is ridiculous. Why did they do this?
Tell me.
I haven't talked to anybody. I came right here.
What about the kids?
I called them. They're hanging out. What do they think they have?
Gossip.
Gossip?
Rumors.
About you and Claudia?
Yeah.
I see. You and Claudia. Office gossip. Pretty standard. Anything else?
Yes. They can put me at Claudia's the day she was killed.
They can. Well, you work together. You have this new campaign.
No.
You were there on business.
No.
What are you saying?
Laura, I'm sorry. I'm saying I was not at Claudia's on business.
It was a mistake, Laura. It wasn't important, Laura. It wasn't important until he got caught. It was so unimportant he had to lie. That's how unimportant it was. God. Do you know how I feel?
How?
You know that dream we all have? The one where you're standing naked in the middle of Times Square? That's how I feel. Everybody knew. Everybody. His office. Our friends.
Not me. I didn't know.
Everybody except you and me.
Come on. Drive you to your car. If I hear anything, I'll call you.
Okay.
Hey, just remember, we've been in some jams before.
Not like this, we haven't.
No matter what happens, we're gonna get out of this one, too.
Did you see Daddy?
Yes,
Is he all right?
it's fine. Sends his love.
Is he coming home?
No, Pumpkin, not tonight. His arraignment's tomorrow. Don't you worry. It's gonna be fine. You know how these things are. You've seen me go through them enough. We'll get it straightened out. Believe me. Where's your brother?
In his room. He got tired of answering the phone.
I'll get it. Did Rosalie come today?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Hello? Yes, speaking. I have no comment. No. No comment. I'm hanging up. Okay? We don't answer the phone.
But Mr. Donovan is supposed to call tonight.
Who?
My English teacher. Remember? I told you yesterday. My essay.
That's right.
I mean, I didn't know then.
It's all right, sweetheart. It's no problem. I'll answer the phone.
Mrs. Simmons. This is Detective Holloway. Sorry to bother you, but we have a search warrant.
Man? Follow me. Just 1 minute, please. Amanda, would you take the officers up to Daddy's closet?
Me?
Go ahead. I'll be right there.
Thank you.
Hello. Oh, yes, Mr. Donovan. This is Laura Simmons. No, I've been expecting your call. You wanted to talk about Amanda's essay, is that right? Oh, about her work in general. The news is what? Encouraging. That's wonderful.
There was no way you could stop them, was there?
No. I had the right.
Eric? I'm home.
That's it? I'm home? Home from where?
I just took a ride on my bike.
Do you know what time it is?
Couldn't sleep.
Honey, don't believe everything you read in the papers.
Are you feeling all right, Mom?
I'm supposed to ask you that question. I'm the mother. I'm fine, thank you. You get to bed. We got school tomorrow.
No school. Teachers' conference. Good night, Mom.
Night.
Laura,
You missed the deadline on the affidavits.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, Joan, those affidavits weren't due until...
Laura, they were dated yesterday noon. I reminded you twice. You said you'd get to them later. I didn't know what to do, so what I did was...
It's not your fault. It's my responsibility.
Mr. Evers doesn't know. No one does.
Thank you.
As to the bail, I'm not sure whether I'm counseling the company or the family here.
Oh, there's no difference.
Thank you.
How much are we talking about?
Well, they're talking about $500,000. Don't they always? I'm going to move for a substantial reduction. Save you money for better things. As to the immediate family, Laura.
Yes.
I think it's very important for you and the children to be in court every day.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have her mother excluded. I don't think we need a kindly old woman whose only child has been murdered sitting front row center, but we do need you and the children in full evidence, to coin a phrase. Well, that's it. Laura. See you in court.
Yes.
In the meantime, keep the good thought.
Case number L4631, People versus Robert Simmons. Party and counsel present?
Your Honor, we've received the complaint, waive further reading, plea is not guilty.
People wish to be heard?
We recommend bail to be set at $500,000, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that appears to be a needlessly high amount. My client has strong roots in this community.
Mr. Monroe, there's nothing automatic about bail in a charge of murder of first degree. People's recommendation is an accurate reflection of the gravity of this lawsuit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If you wish to take advantage of it, make arrangements with the clerk.
Thank you, Your Honor, we will.
What happens now?
We post bail.
So I get to go home?
That's between you and your wife. I suggest you speak to her.
I tried to call.
We now have an unlisted number.
I see. Where are the kids? I want to talk to them.
They're next door. You and I have to talk. At this point, I wouldn't care if someone cut out your heart and tossed it in the river. I have my life to get on with. I have responsibilities. I have 2 children. Your children. Whatever I may think about you, I know you're not a killer. That does not mean, however, that Eric and Amanda won't be forced to visit you in jail. And I will not see them done out of having the one father they have. Brad Monroe is wrong.
About what?
He's wrong about the bail. He's wrong about the kids.
What about the kids?
He wants the kids in court. Even he's smart enough to move for exclusion on the mother. That leaves your kids hanging out there with nothing to balance them. It'll look like the cheap ploy that it is, let alone what it might do.
Well, that is exactly the point. I wouldn't let them be used like that.
Good.
So what are you saying?
I want you to sign a substitution. That's a formal request for another attorney.
Who?
Me.
That's some second opinion.
It just makes sense. If he were available, I would try to get Jerry Hillebrand. He's as good as I am, if not better. Brad Monroe is not.
Well, I am all for making sense. I'll sign the substitution.
Robert, let me just get the rest of this said now. If it were not for the fact that it would look bad, I would insist that you find another place to live. But
I understand what you're saying. I'll move into the guest room.
thank you.
Laura, how long have you been with us?
You know how long?
Almost 10 years. I remember a rather fresh-faced little hotshot from the law review. Perhaps a little naive. From that, you've grown to be someone who, well, you might sit in this office someday, though I know you hate the drapes. Laura, in my own way, I love you.
I know that.
My wife loves you. My housekeeper loves you. I've got a golden retriever who wants to move in with you. All three of us are begging you to drop this case. Brad Monroe is a highly capable attorney. He
Charles,
doesn't
I'm
need
not
you.
surprised you feel this way. I came in this morning to resign.
Resign?
Do you remember one of the very first things you ever told me?
Oh, no. If you're going to start quoting me,
Listen.
I don't...
You told me you would never practice criminal law again because you were too much of a snob. And that every defendant, however unspeakable, deserved better than that. Every defendant deserved a constitutional fanatic with talent. You were looking right at me. Robert's entitled boss. There's nobody else.
Robert, I'm glad you're back.
Thanks.
I want to take a look at this later.
Sure. Frank, good morning. Frank, I want you to get me the Meyer account.
Mr. Simmons, wait a minute. Can I just talk to you for a second, please?
Sure.
Look, there's an opportunity that's come up for me in the art department, and it's something I've been waiting for a very long time. So I spoke to Mr. Barry about it, and he thinks it's a good idea, too. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not really working for you anymore. I already cleaned up my desk.
I understand.
Bye.
Robert, hi. Got a minute?
Ta-da!
Not again.
I'll put them in water.
Thank you.
So is this congratulations or condolences?
He didn't accept my resignation. He thinks I'm being foolish, but he won't let me resign.
Well, maybe he's not such a dim bulb after all.
It's your husband, Laura.
Hello.
Hi. I can't find a laptop computer. You got it there?
Where are you?
I'm at home. I got kicked out of my office. Colin says my presence is disconcerting the rest of the staff, quote unquote.
The laptop's in Eric's room, okay?
Thanks.
Right. Goodbye.
So where do we start?
This one's off the clock.
Hey, just buy me an expensive lunch. You know I can be bought.
I have a list of people I want to question, the mother, the neighbors, etc. Maybe we could split it.
Yeah, sure. I'll take the bottom half. You take the top half. Just keep that gold card handy.
Deal.
And do me a favor, will you? Don't let that bleeding heart liberalism of yours get in the way.
Thanks for the flowers.
You're welcome.
The report said you didn't call the police right away. Why not?
I mind my own business.
But you told the police you heard an argument.
So, people argue.
And then you heard something that sounded like it might have been a gunshot.
You hear noises all the time, doesn't mean anything.
Why did you finally go to her window?
What?
Why did you finally go to her window?
The patio door. I don't look through windows.
Why?
Because of the roses.
I'm sorry?
We have roses up and down the block, planted years ago. I take care of them for her next-door neighbor.
I see.
I'm mulching the roses. I see her patio doors open. I think that's not right. It's not like her. I know something's wrong. I walk to the door. I find her. Your client's an animal. He could do a thing like that to a woman.
Why do you believe he did it?
What?
Why do you believe he did it?
Wasn't nobody else there.
So, you walked all the way across the quad to see me, huh?
Always a pleasure to see you, Brendan.
Come.
No, thanks. I'd rather have one of those cigarettes you keep stashed in your top drawer.
When did you start smoking?
When you think.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just, hold it.
Well, anybody told me a week ago I'd had your hair like this, I'd have paid $100. A famous Laura Simmons. I should be loving this.
You're the last of a dying breed, Brendan.
Huh? What's that?
A decent man.
Oh, yeah, well. Just keep it to yourself.
What I've got doesn't add up to much value for the taxpayers' money. Got a brief liaison with the woman he works with. No eyewitness. No weapon. Unless discovery held back, you only have two people who can even put them together, and one of them is the victim's mother.
Brief liaison. Is that what you think?
It's not what I think, it's what I know.
Well, you got it a little bit wrong, lady. Your husband didn't see this woman a couple of times to break it off. You've been seeing her for 3 months. We got restaurant receipts, motel bills, diary entries. This was not a fling. He tried to break it off. She didn't like it, wouldn't let him. He got upset. We've both seen it before. Counselor, happens every day. I'm telling you, he did it. Well, I got court. You can hang out here as long as you want. Do you know what I think? I think you're gonna get him off. Famous lady lawyer, defense husband. Sweet.
How long did it go on? From the beginning to the end. Don't think up something, just say it.
It started sometime in March. And it was over when you got back from San Francisco.
3 months. All right, Brendan. It's the one question I never, ever ask a client.
No, I did not kill Claudia, Laura.
Come on, we're leaving.
Just let me take a shower.
There's no time. Come on.
I realize I can't leave you alone.
This is where they found her body. I have to take some pictures. Where's the bedroom?
Upstairs. It's right up here. I was here 10, 15 minutes at the most. We talked. I left. That's it.
You talked?
Argued.
About what?
Her birthday.
I see.
She called the house the night before. The night we went to the gallery.
The wrong phone number.
Yeah.
Had she ever done that before?
No. Never.
The police are under the impression you were going to ask your wife for a divorce. Do you know why?
I made a casserole. I got tired of eating Chinese food. It may not taste that great, but at least it didn't come out of a box.
I love you. You know that, don't you?
Yes?
Come on, show me that casserole.
May I?
Yes.
My calendar. The C entries are Claudia. My phone log. Every call I made at the office. Expense reports. Travel reports. Credit card receipts. I never told Claudia I would divorce you. I'll swear to that under oath.
Yeah? What did you tell her?
Nothing. I mean, of course she knew about you. But I never told her anything. I never betrayed our privacy.
I see. But just for sex. Her you needed for sex, me you love for my mind. Now I get it.
I never stopped loving you.
Spare me.
Laura, when this is over, I want us to have a chance. Now, if I think you're defending me is going to hurt that chance, I'll find someone else to defend me.
You're not the issue here, Robert. Don't get confused. There were 2 other people you forgot to consider. That's why I'm doing this. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get some sleep.
Fine.
Do you have any comments?
Mrs. Simmons, can you give us a statement?
Get out of the way.
One question, please. Just one question.
Mr. Simmons, sorry, I have no comment.
What's it like to defend your husband?
I said no comment.
How do you feel
Come on, you have to give it. Sir!
You've been associated with the defendant for 3 years, is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
And you have an office at the NAD headquarters?
Yes, I do.
Have you always had that particular office?
Well, no, I used to have an office.
Bradley left his office in a big hurry. If you're covered here, maybe I ought to go check it out.
I'm covered unless he changes the batting order.
What'll you do
What's
then?
wrong with Mr. Simmons, to your knowledge?
Invoke clause 92.
Yeah.
By the time they look it up, I'll be back.
She was shutting the door.
Unresponsive.
Sustained.
Did Miss Lloyd take any measures to increase the privacy of their conversation?
Leading and suggestive.
Sustained.
I'll have to rephrase the question, Mr. Chilling. Did you notice anything unfamiliar or unusual about the way Miss Lloyd entered the defendant's office that day?
See if your brother-in-law knows where he went, all right? You like the big Cuban ones, right?
Overruled.
Exception.
Noted.
Your witness.
Good morning, Mr. Ticelli.
Good morning.
How far was your office from that of Claudia Lloyd?
It's basically on the other side of the reception area.
And in the course of a normal day, did you have much reason to cross that great divide and spend some time with Ms. Lloyd?
Objection as to form, Your Honor.
I'll allow it.
How about it, Mr. Ticelli?
Not really. I mean, we're in 2 different phases of operation, so...
How did you feel about Claudia Lloyd?
Objection.
Overruled.
I liked her.
Well, it was actually a little bit more than that, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Mr. Ticelli?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Are you telling this court that it was not your habit to seek opportunities to see Ms. Lloyd, whether she encouraged those meetings or not?
Excuse me, I'm not quite sure what you're getting at.
Well, I'm trying to get at the truth, Mr. Ticelli. Let me try again. Did you ever employ any other means of communication besides one-on-one meetings?
Like what?
For example, Is it not true that on more than one occasion you sent her unsolicited some so-called artwork of your own?
Objection!
Of your own that
Objection,
might
Your
be
Honor.
considered pornographic?
Approach the bench. What are you dangling, Mrs. Simmons?
Your Honor, I think the implications go a long way toward impeaching this witness.
Are you familiar with the objects that she's talking about?
I imagine she's referring to some of the office dirt that her investigator has been dredging up, Your Honor.
Mr. Gardner is aware that the artwork in question is floating around some police locker conveniently misplaced. We have asked for it more than once.
But at this moment, you don't have it. So I suggest that unless you have something else to take up with him, you let me send this witness home. Mrs. Simmons, don't test me. I bite.
So the man you identified as the person who was angrily pounding on Miss Lloyd's door and then only moments later heard to be arguing with her, he's in this courtroom today?
Yep.
The same one that you saw running away after you heard the loud noise?
Yep.
Would you point him out for us, please?
That's him right there.
Indicated defend. No further questions.
Mr. Saperstein, isn't it true that you have something of a reputation in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I was a boxer.
That wasn't exactly.
Objection. Relevance, Your Honor.
Simmons?
Goes to the witness's credibility.
I'll allow it. Make your point.
Let me repeat the question, Mr. Saperstein.
Hey. How's it going in there?
I don't know. Mom seems to be winning a lot of the time. Why don't you go in there?
No. Let's go. She's winning?
Yeah, I think the judge likes her better.
There are roses in your neighborhood, are there not?
Yeah.
And you have, over the years, taken on the responsibility for those roses, haven't you? Those on your property as well as those on other people's property?
I'm good with flowers.
However, a number of your neighbors have asked you to stop tending their roses, haven't they?
They have their own plans. That's fine with me.
Well, that's not really the reason they asked you to stop. Would you tell us the reason, Mr. Saperstein?
What for? People slander me. I'm supposed to tell you?
Yes, that's exactly how it works, sir. Please answer the question.
She's wrong, right, Your Honor? I gotta repeat other people's lies?
You have to tell the truth. I'm afraid you'll have to answer the question.
They say I look into their windows. It's a lie. I don't look into anybody's window. I mind my own business. I don't bother nobody. Nobody bothers me.
But you were looking into Claudia's window that afternoon, weren't you?
No.
And you saw my client leave her home. They argued yes, but he left.
No.
And you saw that Claudia was still alive, very much alive, when my client left.
Objection.
I said no.
But you are afraid to admit that to this court because of your reputation as a peeping Tom.
Objection.
Laura, I just wanted you to know that I thought you were terrific.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me. Touch me.
Morning. How about some pancakes?
Fine.
It'll just take a minute.
The kids left yet?
Mm-hmm. Come here, plate. Hey, voila.
Hello.
It's me.
What do you have?
I don't know how it happened. It's $1 million to one shot. They have a .380 caliber weapon registered in Claudia's name. Ballistics came up positive. The bullet matches. The bad news is they lifted Robert's prints off it. I'm sorry, babe. I wish I could tell you otherwise.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
They call it plinking. You shoot at tin cans, things like that. Her father gave her this pistol. It was part of the thing they had when he was alive. Once in a while, she takes it out and shoots at targets, tin cans. The rest of the time, it's up in a closet. It's got my fingerprints on it because we went out together once, but that was the only time, the one and only time that...
Did anyone see you?
No, we didn't go out in public. We were in the woods. No one saw us.
So, you knew where she hid it. It's got your fingerprints all over it. And she taught you how to use it.
That doesn't sound too good, does it?
Sweetheart, why aren't you in school?
I don't feel very well.
Is it your stomach?
Come on, I'll get you something. No, Robert, it doesn't.
Keep the two witnesses separated. They stick together in this neighborhood, and they don't love us the way they ought to. She's about ready to cave in. She wants the deal, give me a call. I'll be with the complaint deputy.
Got a minute?
I thought you had enough to do without chasing ambulances.
I'm not.
I know. A little joke.
In the car on the back.
This one's pretty cut and dried anyway.
Hey, Bill.
Jealous wife.
Over here.
You want to hear about the weapon?
Save me some paperwork.
Turned up at a foundation mowed over near the park. They were supposed to pour concrete, but they held off until the weather cleared. Lucky us.
Muddy area?
A lot of dog prints, nothing human. We looked it over pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Sorry to...
I know, no kid.
What, do I look that bad?
Look great. Same as usual.
I'm holding up.
Okay. You got it.
Thanks for asking.
I'll talk to you in a minute. Hang on a second. Excuse me.
People's Exhibit number 28, Your Honor.
So entered. Call your next witness.
Your Honor, could I have a moment, please?
Who's up next?
A forensics guy. Going to talk about the wounds.
Your Honor, if it please the court, our next scheduled witness has apparently called in sick. We do not wish to delay the proceedings any more than we have to. So if the defense has no objection, we'd like to go ahead to our next witness, Mrs. Dorothea Lloyd, the mother of the deceased.
Mrs. Simmons?
No objection.
She's just downstairs in my office.
Call Alan. Tell him to get the file on Mrs. Lloyd over here right away.
You got a file on her?
Alan put one together, I'm sure of it. She didn't go plinking with you, did she?
I hardly knew her.
I don't like this calling in sick number. I've pulled it a time or two myself.
Well, how come you didn't object then?
Well, the jury would wonder what we're afraid of.
Alan's not there. They said that he's in the field.
Run back to the office. Go through Alan's files. Get me everything he's got on the mother, everything.
She was trained to be an architect, like her father.
Why did she not pursue that career?
She did, but then this opportunity at NAD came along. And...
The firm at which the defendant is vice president in charge of marketing, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Were you acquainted with the defendant?
Yes, I am.
Now, how would that come about?
I was present on many occasions when he visited her.
Objection to the characterization.
Sustained.
Mrs. Lloyd, were you present on more than one occasion when the defendant came to visit your daughter?
Yes.
How many times?
At least 10?
At least 10. And you were privy to their conversations at these times?
Oh, I heard what he had to say. He can talk. He's a salesman. He had that poor girl so twisted up she couldn't tell left from right.
Could you be more specific?
Didn't matter what I tried to tell her. She always believed the lie that he handed out.
Objection.
Mrs. Lloyd, I think we're better off here if we stick to the cold, hard facts. Did the defendant ever say anything to your daughter which caused her to change her normal behavior?
Yes. He told her he wanted to marry her. He told her, and I heard him.
Your witness.
We'll take the morning recess.
Never. I said I'd swear to it.
Never as a joke. Playing a word game. To keep her quiet.
Never. No. 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 Yes. Claudia mentioned this
All
one.
right.
This one.
81, Superior Court of Cook County. Honorable Horace J. Bruce presiding.
Please be seated.
Mrs. Simmons, your witness.
Mrs. Lloyd, I know how difficult this must be for you. I have only a few questions. Do you know a Jordan Farrell?
Yes?
Do you know a Wayne Kittmer?
Yes?
Mrs. Lloyd, can you tell the court why you know these men?
My daughter went out with them, but that was a long time ago.
Can you characterize the nature of these relationships for us, Mrs. Lloyd?
Serious? They were serious relationships, but as I said, it was a long time ago. Claudia was a different girl.
Did your daughter hope to marry these men at one time or another?
I know what you're trying to do.
Please, Mrs. Lloyd, answer the question.
I know what you're trying to do. My daughter wasn't like that.
Mrs. Lloyd, please answer the question.
Yes, the answer is yes.
And why couldn't she marry either of these men?
Because they were already married.
And now, once again, your daughter proceeded to involve herself with another married man. To pursue another self-destructive relation.
But this was different.
This was different. I'm sorry, Mrs. Lloyd, but I don't see how we can believe that this could be any different.
It was. He was going to marry her.
So, you heard them talk about marriage. Can you replay that conversation for us?
It was at her house. They talked about it.
What did he say, Mrs. Lloyd?
Well, she said...
No, Mrs. Lloyd, what did he say?
I can't remember exactly.
Mrs. Lloyd, isn't it really the case that your daughter talked about marriage with each of these men, all of them married, yet none of them left their wives to marry her? Mrs. Lloyd, isn't it possible that this was all something of an invention on your daughter's part, that she had a history of this?
That's not true. It wasn't her fault that men are the way they are. She was taken advantage of, that's what it was. She was simply taken advantage.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Lloyd. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Witness is excused. Court is adjourned till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Give me about 10 minutes to put this stuff together. I'll be back.
Nailed her, huh?
Where have you been?
I don't know why you'd be interested, but I've been to Logansport, Indiana, and back again. You know, this firm does have some other cases pending.
Nothing hotter than this, for the love of heaven. We almost blew it in there today. If Joan hadn't rifled your office 3 times to find this ridiculous excuse for a file, Gardner sprang the mother a day early.
I know.
You know.
I mean, I know now. The file would have been ready tomorrow.
Well, it should have been ready today. I have never seen work this sloppy coming from you.
Well, excuse me for being human. Maybe I should have cheated on you. You seem to find that easier to forgive.
Well, that is a low blow. Especially because you're right. I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood to apologize. But I'm sorry.
I'm not in the mood to accept it, but I will.
Can't blame you for wanting a vacation. Wouldn't mind one myself. If your father's convicted, it will not be the end of this family. And that does not mean he's guilty.
It's all right, Mom.
No. If this happens, you should know that.
Know what?
That he's not guilty.
But he is. I heard her on the phone, Mom. Telling Dad that she loved him.
Oh, honey.
And I saw her. I followed Dad. And I found her dead. I don't have to tell anyone, do I, Mom? I don't want to go to court.
You overheard Claudia's phone call that night. So you followed your father the next day wanting to talk to him.
Yeah.
Then what? Eric. All the way to Claudius?
Yeah. I thought I lost him. Then I saw his car.
How long were you there?
Not long, I left.
You left?
I was angry. I rode around for a little while.
How long?
I don't know, Mom. A while.
And then?
I went back. It was like I couldn't help myself. Only Dad's car was gone. I went around the back of the house. I thought maybe I could talk to her or something.
It's okay, sweetheart. You saw a body. Terrible thing to see. But you didn't see Daddy kill anyone, did you? Now, Eric, I need you to tell me everything you did see.
I was real scared. I didn't want to stay in there. But I thought I'd better take the gun.
You took the gun?
I didn't know what to do with it. I brought it home. Then the police came to the house, so the next day I took it and I hid it at that construction site.
The night you went for the bike ride? Tell me again.
I saw a wine bottle.
Right.
A glass.
Right.
Books and papers. Pottery. Flowers. The mail. More books and the gun.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Are you sure that's all you
Mom,
saw?
That's all I can remember.
Tell me again.
A wine bottle, a glass, books, papers, pottery, flowers, the mail, and the gun.
I'm trying to convict a cold-blooded killer. I'm trying to take a cold-blooded killer off the streets. She wants to give him his freedom. She wants him off. She wants him home. I'm trying to put away the kind of person who takes a little bit more control out of your lives. The kind of person who puts a little more fear into your lives. The kind of person who makes your lives a lot less your own. And we, the people, are counting on you to make a difference. And sitting in those seats, you have that power. Thank you. Thank you, Hunter.
Many allegations, many half-truths, and lots of conjecture have been hurled at my client. By this time,
you see these accusations revealed for what they really are. Inconclusive and prejudicial. I want to remind you of your duty. My client is innocent. The prosecution has to prove otherwise, and must do so beyond a shadow of a doubt. Thus far, it has not. The prosecution has not been able to do this because Your Honor, I would like to request a recess.
Are you ill, Mrs. Simmons?
No, Your Honor. Defense finds itself in need of additional time.
Mr. Gardner?
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. My apologies to the jury.
Do I get in on the game or what?
You get to play.
Mom?
Eric, listen to me very carefully. Your daddy's on his way to take you home. When you get home, stay there. No bike rides, understand?
Okay. Okay, bye.
Joan?
Yes?
You can take the rest of the afternoon off.
Thanks, Laura.
Let's go. Come on. Get the tape deck.
You have reached the office of Laura Simmons. No one is here right now, but if you leave your name and number, we'll call you back. Please wait for the tone.
Will you come in? I need to talk to you.
Well, we've got a real switch going. All my sources are asking me.
That's Alan.
If I've lost it altogether?
I told them no. But have you?
I think I found it.
You've turned up a witness?
Material.
An eyeball witness to the killing?
No.
Hey, why are we fencing? I've got work to do. I mean, a witness to what?
The weapon on the scene, for one thing.
How about another thing? Go ahead, tell me. I won't laugh.
You never forget a file like that. We usually go over it that morning. Not that morning. Suddenly you were gone. Where's Alan?
Hey, the file was there. You gonna start on that again?
Out of sequence. Not typed up. But there, yes. If I called you on it. You wanted me to lose this case. And I damn near did. So, where's Alan?
Whoever saw the weapon took the weapon. And whoever took the weapon saw the flowers.
Like pretty orange birds. The ones you get for free. The ones you sent Claudia for her birthday.
Eric, every time it beeps, you push number 4. Stay with it.
How long did you know Claudia?
What I knew was that Robert was having a thing with her, which meant that she was spending a lot of time at the Century Bar on nights when he canceled out. Wasn't too hard to meet her. I became her buddy, her corner man.
I need to speak to Sergeant Bradley, homicide. Yes, that's right, Brendan Bradley, homicide. It's an emergency.
Press the issue, I told her. Call him at his home. Drive him out of cover.
You were there that afternoon.
Oh, yeah. I was there. It was too good to pass up. I knew where she kept the target pistol. She told me how they went shooting together. I figured his prints might still be on it. Afterwards, I was upstairs, making sure I hadn't left anything behind.
Why?
Why? After 6 years? Nights when you were so tired going over a case that you talked the summation in your sleep all the way out to your house? Me driving your car and taking the early bus back so that you wouldn't have to drive in with him later? Watching you, wondering if you're ever going to figure out what a lousy deal you'd made. But your mind was somewhere else. How can you ask me why? How can you not know?
There's no end to what I don't know. Now I know this.
Why not keep it to yourself?
Alan. He may be going down the drain, but I'm not sending him there.
Who says you got a choice? I'm not planning to share my girlish secret with everybody.
Well, plans don't always go the way you think they should.
Mom?
You and your Fourth Amendment. I told you you'd use it. Who's taping it?
Alan, the options aren't many. Maybe the best...
Who's taping it? The only one I can get to is you. What sense would that make?
So turn yourself in.
Too commonplace. I'm good at finding things. I'll be good at hiding. I've got some money saved.
They'll catch you.
Yeah. I figure I got about 6 months. Might as well use them. You ever see the Taj Mahal by moonlight?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you do hear from me, do me a favor and take the call, because they're only going to allow me one. I'll take care of that as soon as I get back, okay?
So you have the number of the hotel and the direct line to the office?
I got everything. We'll see you in a couple of days. Kids want to go to that Giants game.
Well, I have jury selection. Hope I'm done so I can go with you.
Hope so.
Mm-hmm.